Good day, righteous family, and all praise to only the Almighty, Most High Creator, IAH, Creator of Abram, Isaac, and Jacob. The impossible will soon be possible. Psalms 149, and I read, Alleluia, sing to the Almighty IAH a new song. His praise is in the assembly of the saints. Let Israel rejoice in him that made him, and let the children of Zion exult in their King. Let them praise his name in the dance. Let them sing praises to him with timbrel and psaltery. For IAH takes pleasure in his people, and will exalt the meek with salvation. The saints shall rejoice in glory, and shall exult on their beds. The high praises of IAH shall be in their throat, and two-edged swords in their hands, to execute vengeance on the nations, and punishments among the peoples, to bind their kings with fetters, and their nobles with manacles of iron, to execute on them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. So be it. Give you praise, Almighty. Thank you. 6 reads, The high praises of IAH shall be in their throat, and two-edged swords in their hands. If the Almighty tells us that we saints will have two-edged swords in our hands when we rise out of the nations, then we're going to have two-edged swords. Here's my problem. I don't own a two-edged or a double-edged sword. And a good quality double-edged sword is way out of my price range. So I asked the Almighty IAH to show me how I was to get this sword. I've been having repetitive dreams about what I believe to be the end days, and in the dreams I had a sword that appeared just by thought, which is impossible. Here's what the Almighty IAH showed me about 2 weeks ago, which makes the impossible possible. Sorry it took me 2 weeks to get this to you. I just got the final piece to this video at around 4 a.m. today. To the saints of the Almighty IAH, here's how you get your sword. Ezekiel 21, 8-11. And I read, And the word of IAH came to me, saying, Son of man, prophesy, and thou shalt say, Thus saith IAH, Say, sword, sword, be sharpened and rage, that you may slay victims. Be sharpened, that you may be bright, ready for slaughter. Slay, set it not, despise every tree. And he, the Almighty IAH, made it ready for his hand to hold. The sword is sharpened. It is ready to put into the hand of the slayer. So be it. We saints already own a sword that's personally crafted by the Almighty IAH himself. The Almighty IAH is just holding them for us. It's not time yet, because he's still judging the nations. If you still doubt that a sword can appear out of nowhere, here's this. Ezekiel 21:14, and I read, And thou, son of man, prophesy, and clap thine hands, and take a second sword. The third sword is the sword of the slain, the great sword of the slain. And thou shalt strike them with amazement, lest the heart should faint. So be it. The impossibility of a sword manifesting from nothing has already happened and is soon to happen again by his saints. What's the key word needed to inherit this? Righteousness. Righteousness is achieved by reading and following Torah, reading his laws, statutes, and commandments. Righteousness is reading all the laws and seeing which ones apply to you. There are no priests here in captivity, thus saith the Almighty IAH, so obviously we can't do those. None of us have been anointed as Levites by the Almighty IAH, so we can't do any of those. If you aren't a Nazirite, then you don't do those. We don't have our temple, so we can't do any of those. There are some that apply to only women, so if you're a man, you can't do those. The important thing is, if you don't read them, then you won't know which ones you have to follow and can follow here in captivity. I'm going to leave a link in the description to a video that explains this better than I could. The maker of the video was also a humble servant of the Almighty Creator. We need to get righteous while we still have some time. They haven't mandated the you-know-what for the kids, 2 months old to 5 years yet, so I believe we still have a little time. I want to end this video with something that has to do with his sword and our sword. Deuteronomy 32, 39 to 42, and I read, Behold, behold, that I am IAH, and there is no Redeemer besides me. I kill, and I will make to live. I will smite, and I will heal. And there is none who shall deliver out of my hands. Message. For I will lift up my hand to heaven, and swear by my right hand, and I will say, I live forever. Message. For I will sharpen my sword like lightning, and my hand shall take hold of judgment, and I will render judgment to my enemies, and will recompense them that hate me. I will make my weapons drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh. It shall gut itself with the blood of the wounded, and from the captivity of the heads of their enemies that rule over them. So be it. Who are the Almighty IAH's weapons? Jeremiah 51:20 KJV. And I read, and this is him speaking to us. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. So be it. His weapons are his righteous remnant, his children that follow and worship only him. If you saints worship only him and get righteous, then you will be given the ability in these end days to make the impossible possible. So be it. Remember Jerusalem, and all praise to only the Almighty, Most High IAH, Creator of Abram, Isaac, and Jacob. Have a beautiful day, family. The Almighty IAH loves you. He woke you up. I love you. Have a beautiful day.